Hey, beautiful. You know how we like to look at society and some of the things that they do in relationships or various areas of their lives, and we're like, I don't do that. I'd never do that. When you ever catch yourself saying that, take another look. If I were in your physical shoes, I would be open to exploring the ways in which I could potentially be doing that in the relationship with myself or in a different way, in a way that's not so obvious, because if I manifested that experience or that display in my reality, if I attracted it onto my algorithm, onto my For You page, if I attracted it or manifested that in an experience that I was witnessing between another couple or other people, I attracted it. There must be a vibrational match to it on some level. This is why most of the time your purpose and your calling is going to be associated with your biggest blocks, with your greatest shadows that you've had to overcome. You're not going to be working in an area on a topic or within an environment that you have no experience or insight in. Why would we care? Why would our souls choose specific challenges? Because they prepare us for our purpose. When you find yourself looking at the world and your instinct is to want to avoid, to reject it, oh, that doesn't apply to me. It applies to you. Because when we find ourselves in relationships, having challenges, whether it's in love or any other relationship, we usually acting out um, a subject, a topic, a wounding that is coded into the program. A lot of times you're having challenges in your relationship that you think are not relevant to you because you've never done that, or I've never specifically done that. Things are not so black and white because you're living out and expressing or experiencing a thought pattern, a collective energy, and it's moving through your body and it's moving through your relationship. And if you can respond to it from a place of humility and love, to say, well, maybe there's something I'm not seeing. I'm being given an opportunity to take a look at this and to meet it in the way that I'd like to, with love, consideration. A lot of times you're busy processing collective programming in your relationships, and they exist within us. They're a part of if we're here and if we've been here for the past couple of years, if you weren't born yesterday, then you have been developed. You've been processing life through the old program. It would be foolish to think that nothing within the system or the program has affected you. Whatever we see in this world exists within us. It has to. Life is born, birthed through you. It doesn't happen to you. Life cannot happen if it doesn't come through your body. So when you're experiencing something and you're witnessing it in the world, you're like, those people are crazy. Why did you give birth to that manifestation? I had nothing to do with it. Why did you manifest that into your reality? Why would your inner being have done that? What did it want to show you? We're not as separate as we think. And the moment we realize that, we put the ego in its rightful place. When you start to move through life saying, okay, so what is this? What could this be highlighting in the relationship with myself, or as a thought or as an idea, something that I might overlook, that I might have overlooked and I just wasn't paying attention? You get me? The instinct is always, not me, not my stuff. It's not me. I'm not the one that's wrong. We want to immediately, when we experience conflict or we're challenged in any way, or we're uncomfortable in the experience of something, the ego comes up and wants to establish whether I'm right or wrong. I'm not the wrong one. Yeah, okay, so I can move on. I'm free from any accountability. Some things are not yours to fix in the world, certainly not. But it's ours to make a decision upon energetically, emotionally, to just shift it into that place of consciousness and clarity. Don't just automatically want to, it's not my stuff, it's not my business. Because if you've manifested it into your experience as a subject, your soul must have done it for a reason. Why? Ask yourself why. And maybe it's just so you can look at it and say, I want to learn. I want to figure out how that person got to that place. I want to look at it from a place of compassion and I want to look at it from a place of open-mindedness. How do I not contribute to that in the world? And then maybe that's all you're supposed to do.